Hello, and welcome to Take Flight with Phoenix Stage Company, an award-winning 100% volunteer community theater organization located in Oakville, Connecticut. I'm Ed Bassett, your host here with Tim Phillips.
Hello!
And we are joined by Donna Storms, a member of
Hi
our
there.
board, long-time volunteer actor, director. Donna, it's so great to have you with us tonight.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So this is the second night of Give Local.
We're getting a delivery.
Oh, we're getting a delivery. We're getting a delivery of some of that very important.
This is a Phoenix regular here.
It is. But keep your distance, please. Thank
6 feet,
you.
6 feet.
So we just got a delivery of here.
Okay.
He's got to walk the other way because he's way far away. So our Phoenix Stage Company popcorn. So thank you for that delivery.
Because that goes very good.
Is he going to be delivering to my house?
Oh, we should, right?
It's quite all right.
Yeah, so this is the second night of Give Local. It is the 22nd of April. The event goes until 7 p.m. tonight. This is hosted by the Connecticut Community Foundation, and they have several sponsors. Their presenting sponsor is the Ion Bank Foundation. We're really grateful for them. They have a full list of their sponsors and the folks that are helping them with this project on their website. Tim, what's that website?
The website is www.givelocalccf. That's Charlie Fred. GiveLocalCCF.org, and you can get the whole list from them.
Yeah, you can get the whole list of sponsors, and we really appreciate everything that they do for us. It's a really important event for all of these fans that are participating. We have over 250 nonprofits that are participating. It's 36 hours. You raise as much money as you can. And then those sponsors, along with Connecticut Community Foundation, CCF, they match a percentage of the funds. And there's all kinds of prizes. We won a prize last night, Donna.
I'm very excited.
Ooh, how nice.
The first time in a long time we won a prize. We won, I think it was called the Night Owl. It was $1,000, and it was for the closest donation to midnight. And we had two people who donated exactly at midnight.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was great. So we're really excited about that. We're over $11,000 now somewhere. We'll have a tally in just a few minutes. So thank you to everyone for donating, not only to Phoenix Stage Company, but to all of the nonprofits that are participating. It's really important.
Not only a decent number of over $11,000, but 92 separate donations.
We did 92 unique donors.
That was as of 5:30. So
yeah, so we really appreciate that. It's very important. You have no idea. Thank you very much. It's really, really important. So there are people that we have to thank for this.
Yes.
Michael Calabrese, who is the techie guy, producer guy of all of this.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So we're having such a good time with this. We're thinking about doing regular recordings of our podcast and putting it on our podcast.
This is making me more nervous than actually.
We're really happy with that. We can hear Michael and Laurie in the office over his computer. So
okay.
You might want to take care of that, Michael.
Yeah,
we also want to thank Sharon Hauk for all of her work with the emails that go out for Give Local. We appreciate her design work and the time that she's put into it. Kristen Moracy, who's done some amazing stuff for us on Facebook. She's our social media coordinator. So we want to say thank you to her. Donna, you were highlighted as part of her.
Yes, I was. I got some nice responses from that.
Yeah, it's lovely for people to get to know a little bit more about our volunteers.
We finally learned just this week that Al Hathaway likes Jack Daniels.
Yeah, we did. That was something.
Shocker.
That was still
shocker.
something. Yeah,
I never knew that.
Yeah, really good. And then there's someone else on the list that we have to thank, Laurie Phillips. That's Tim's wife. She is our volunteer coordinator, and she's been busy over the last couple of days calling every single person to say thank you. Now, there were a few people on there that we tried to call, and the numbers were no good. So either you gave a fake number because you didn't want to hear from us, or it was a slip of a finger on a keyboard.
Speaking of which, here's our latest tote number.
Our latest tote, $11,880. That is incredible. It's amazing to me. It really is. It's heartwarming, and thank you all very much for supporting us, and again for giving. I am. I have my Black Hog here as well. So but I'm taking it easy. And this is National Volunteer Appreciation Week as well. So we want to say thank you to all the volunteers.
And we're all volunteers.
Everyone is. We're a 100% volunteer organization. So And that kind of is right now, you know, with all of the financial stuff that's going on and they have all these loans available for companies, we don't qualify because we have no employees. Right. So we're going to look for other avenues for support, and Give Local is one of them. So thank you all very much for helping us through this. So we should
put our disclaimer out that although we are here at Phoenix Stage Company, we are socially separated.
We are socially distanced. I'm on one side of the stage, and Tim is on the other side of the stage, and Michael is in the office running this stuff. So we're making sure that we're very, very distant from each other. Yeah, we are. We really are. And so please, everyone, take care of yourselves. And, you know.
I'm really distant. I'm home.
Yes, Donna's way down in Southern California. Way down there. We can wave. Yeah. So what about the 2020 season?
What about the 2020 season?
Well, you know, this is really difficult. The unknown for all of the theaters is not knowing when all of this is going to end. And we're doing some research now and trying to figure out, even if it does end in June, how quickly are people going to want to come back and sit in a large group? We're going to be limited. We don't know how long social distancing is going to be happening. So we're working really hard on that. We do know that we're having to push dates farther and farther and farther out. So right now we're looking at a September opening with the Cayuga Canal Girls, which is the winner of the Act New Play Fest. I was on the phone with the American Association of Community Theater, David Cockrell out there. I really appreciate their help with all of this. They're struggling. They've had other shows that they've had to push out as well with their organization, other winners of the New Play Fest. So we will be in touch with all of our subscribers and our ticket holders very soon once we have some solid information about what we're doing, and we'll know how we're moving forward. But we do know that we're probably not going to be opening before September. Once the bans are lifted and the quarantines are lifted, we're still going to have to go back into rehearsal and pick up where we left off. So
as are everybody, pretty much.
Everyone's going to have to do that. Everybody's going to have to do it. Yeah. And I'm not sure. I mean, you know, how comfortable will everyone be to hop right out into the world again? Donna, how do you feel about that? Like how it's so uncertain.
Part of my brain wants to jump right out because I'm so cooped up and I miss people, and the other part is saying, is it worth getting sick for? So I'm probably going to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks will do that. Yeah,
a lot of businesses are going to be under that same category. They want to make sure they'd like to get back up and running and everything going, but everybody wants to be safe.
Of course,
this is a dangerous disease.
Yeah, you know, my other job is in a retail setting and in a rental space, and so that's, you know, I haven't been working there either. It's been kind of a pressure cooker for everybody, and we'll get back. Everyone will be good. So just you know, distance and take care of yourselves, and please be patient with us. We'll make sure that you know exactly what's happening and how we're moving forward, and we'll make sure that's.
But one thing we're doing, we've talked about this a little bit, is that we're going to keep the podcast going.
Yeah.
We're going to, even though nothing's technically happening right here at the theater right now, we're still going to be out there, and we're still going to let people know that Phoenix is out there, and we're not done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got a couple of notes on the screen there, Tim, if you've
I
noticed
know,
those.
and it's Tim, talk a little louder since that's computer mic.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Whoever did that.
I'll talk a little louder, Michael.
There
we
go. You're an actor. Project.
Yeah.
What is it that George always said, Donna?
Project, enunciate, but most of all, have fun.
That's right. Our friend George Paris.
Yep.
So this is Phoenix Stage Company. We're coming up on our official 10-year anniversary. This is our 10th season, but our 10th anniversary is on September 26th. That's when we first opened our first show. Technically, our anniversary is on July 17th because that's when we signed our first lease. So we're coming up on 10 years. We've done a lot of shows. We've done 87 shows in 10 years, not including all of the one acts and the stage readings and all the different shows that we had pop in from other people. So Tim had this idea, and I kind of thought it was fun. We're going to go through the 10 years of shows by quoting one line from every single show.
How long is that going to take, you ask?
It's gonna go by like that. It will. And Donna mentioned how many shows there were with Southern accents in it.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty amazing how many we had. So we have this list here, and we've kind of gone through it and assigned things to people. So we're gonna do our shows from 2010 until now. So the person reading the show is going to give you the title of the show, and then they're going to say their line. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so bear with us. 10 years of Phoenix Productions, beginning with 2010, our first show ever, the first show muttered on the Phoenix Stage Company stage. It was said by who, Tim?
It was said by Cat Ray.
It was, and it was part of Bleacher Bums, and the line is, Herb Sagowski.
And that was followed in the first year by A Night at the Theater, which I directed, which had that immortal line, Ophelia, Ophelia, I want to feel ya.
Next was Hallelujah Girls, which I was in.
Yep.
Any room for a rooster in this hen house?
Right, 2011. We had the world premiere of our first new work. It was a new musical by Chip Defy. It was called One Night with Fanny Bryce. The line we selected for that first time was, Schmart boys, schmart boys.
That was followed by I Hate Hamlet, in which it was said, I decided to drown myself like Ophelia in Central Park Lake. Isn't that perfect?
I had to give you the second Ophelia.
I see.
And then we did Love, Sex, and the IRS. It was a sneaker hit. It was the top seller of that year. Mungfish chowder gumbo. That's what I'm making.
Then the Glass Menagerie. Blow out your candle, Laura.
That was a beautiful production starring Jim Buffone
Helen Adams.
and Helen Adams. Yeah,
Chris Evans.
Very, very, very first show. It was a beautiful, beautiful show. Not well attended. It was early in our schedule, and it was a classic, so it was a little scary for people, but it was a beautiful, beautiful show.
And that was followed by our first musical, The Last 5 Years. Smule!
That was my favorite song in the whole thing. It was about the Taylor.
Yep.
It was great.
Beyond Therapy, which I directed. I don't mean fishwife. I mean waitress. Is that a word? Waitress?
And we should note that we had to look really hard to find a line that we could say online.
We did. And then we did our first straight play that was a new work. It was called The Ice Box. And this was my line in the show. Round and round in little circles.
Do the hand gesture. Yep. And then we did Drinking Habits, which was actually my first show on stage, and I got to work with Donna in that show. And Chrissy Flynn was in it, and Colleen Manzullo, Brian Elser, a few others. And Chrissy would just walk around going, confess, confess.
Next was It's a Wonderful Life, the radio play. Merry Christmas, you old building and loan.
Very good, Donna.
Just like it does.
2012.
We started off with Writer's Cramp. A man so devious, so cold, so callous, off with his head or off with his phallus.
And that was followed by my favorite musical, The Last Supper. When you're starting out a brand new day.
Next was Peter Rabbit. Great costumes. I'm gonna get you, Peter Rabbit.
And then we had Dial M for Murder, directed by our friend Marilyn Olson. Well, goodbye, Mr. Wendis. I don't suppose we shall meet again.
Next was Still Magnolias, directed by the late, great Kathy Cook.
Oh, yes.
He's such a gentleman. I bet he takes the dishes out of the sink before he pees in it.
And then we did Harvey, which was the second time for me doing that show, and that was a lot of fun. Donna, did you direct that?
Yes, I did.
Did, yeah. And he said, what name do you like? Well, Harvey has always been my favorite name, so I said Harvey. And he said, what a coincidence. My name happens to be Harvey.
And Laurie Poulin's son, Spencer,
Yep.
Laurie Poulin is our production manager. He was in that show, Harvey, with us. It was a pleasure to have him on the stage. Then we did Murder to Death, the first in a trio that we did of these shows. And the quote is, Baggy Bob Benson.
I'm going to add my line. You, get away from that. Sorry.
Next was A Bad Year for Tomatoes, which actually I was in. I live catty corner from you on Pussy Willow.
And the next show was the first time we did Every Christmas Story Ever Told.
What line should we do from that show?
Marley was dead to begin with.
And on to 2013. We started out with Ed's own play, Murder at the Prop Table. You know how it drives me mad when you use those theater words.
And then we did Kill Me Deadly, a great show starring our friend Robert Schnofsky. I was too busy dodging bullets to make out the hired meat with the gat, so I cheesed it before the cops arrived.
You can Google that and figure it out.
Next was Arsenic and Old Lace, which I had the pleasure of working with Tori Rashnovsky as her sister. We got a hot stiff on our hands.
And then the Red Velvet Cake Wars. This was the first show that Deb Goodman was on stage with us at Phoenix Stage Company. She had to eat whipped cream through the whole show, like 4 cans a night. So she hated whipped cream by the end of the show. But the line is one of my favorite lines in the whole show. Laurie and I would be in the booth cracking up, and nobody else laughed, I guess, because the subject matter is not funny. But the line is, "You Dale, you put that down, mister. You got the diabetes. Every cookie you eat's going to cost you another toe."
That one has worked its way into our lexicon.
I guess diabetes isn't funny. But it was a funny line when the show was happening.
Next was Sweet Surrender, just a hysterical show that I was fortunate enough to direct. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Then we did our probably the most biggest show probably ever done.
Down there, yeah.
The musical Sweeney Todd.
And what's the quote from that?
Sweeney. Sweeney.
And then we did our second original musical written by Carl Gallmeyer. It was called Just Around the Bend. And there was this beautiful song in it. Our friend Daniel Bodewin sang that song. And he sang I Go Home Alone. And it was a beautiful, beautiful piece. I Go Home Alone.
Next was Nuncrackers. Santa Claus ain't coming to our house.
And then we're into 2014 with my favorite show, Tim.
Your favorite show, which was written for the South, but somehow he decided to put it in the North. It was up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
It was Death and Taxes, and our favorite line from that show, play with the radio.
Next was Funny Mirrors, which again I directed. Dashing Dunderman State.
Oh, good line. Good line.
Wow.
And then we did Jello Fish. And this was the first time that we were selected by the American Association of Community Theater to produce a new play for them, one of 6 theaters back in 2014. And it was Jello Fish by Jim Henry. He's out in the Chicago area. I love the show. And I had the last line of the show. And that was, "Gentlemen, as last man standing, I officially declare this game over and out."
Such a brilliant show.
Yeah.
We followed that up with Vintage Hitchcock, a radio play. That one is 12 rooms, 12 showers. You can wash your tears away.
And then we did The Underpants by Steve Martin.
Yes.
I was in that one.
I directed that.
And so the quote is from me, and it's, "Pow!"
You had to be there.
You had to be there.
Followed by Crimes of the Hearts. I don't know. I guess he started hating me because I couldn't laugh at his jokes.
Next was The Cemetery Club, directed by Lucia Dressel. So, a butcher who delivers. What more could a girl want?
And then 12th Night. Some are born great, others achieve greatness.
And it was a dark and stormy night. May not be the season for tourists, but it's a season for flakes.
We finished that season with a familiar Christmas show. I'll let you guess the name of the show. Marley was dead to begin with.
I've heard that before.
Me too. And then 2015, we opened with Masterclass. Close your ears, child. You're just what I was talking about.
That was followed by Secondary Cause of Death. It's nothing personal, Colonel. I just wanted your money.
Secondary Cause of Death. We planned 9 performances. We did 2 because of weather.
Yep. And then the big move.
Yeah. And then Almost Maine. Donna directed that one. It was awesome. It was our first show here in the new home in Oakville.
Yep.
And I got to say this line, "Trick it, trick it, trick it."
Loved that show.
Yeah.
followed by Mama Won't Fly. I was Mama. It's hot as blazes. You can't take a step without falling into a prairie dog hole, and everything smells like cow manookie.
And then we did a show that we've gotten a lot of success with, One Night with Fanny Bryce.
That's right.
It's done a lot for us. The line from that show is, "The men who run this world will cheat you if they can."
Mary Cantoni, amazing actress. She
Absolutely.
plays Fanny Bryce. It's a brilliant, brilliant performance. And then we did The Butler did it.
Do your Rob Rusnowski.
Yeah, and Rob
impression.
Rusnowski played Louis Chan, and his line was, "Mr. Maper, why you awry?"
Oh, we're in trouble for that one.
Next was Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol. And Michael Calabrese, who's running things, I think, was in that, yes? Or
Yes,
am I
he was.
confused?
This was his line. Yeah.
Okay. The bells of hell go ding-a-ling-a-ling.
And then 2016, we opened with Cops, a
Right.
one act that was brought to us by Rob Rusnowski and Tori Rusnowski. We jumped out on a limb and did the show, and we loved it. And the best line I could do from it, because it had the least offensive words, hey, buddy, you're sitting on my hat.
It's also-
And that starts the whole show.
and it was also probably one of the most impressive sets
was
we ever
beautiful.
built.
Beautiful,
In
beautiful,
an actual diner here on the stage.
beautiful.
That was followed by one of my favorite shows, Three Murders and It's Only Monday. It's the kind of night where you found yourself holding your breath for no reason at all.
Then, Farce of Nature. Shut up and fish.
You know what happened every time that line was said, right? I dropped my pants. I won't do it tonight.
Actually, I think.
Shut up and fish.
Didn't people ask if they would see you after the show? And
Yeah.
say that to you?
Yeah.
That was followed by another favorite, the dining room. You mean Uncle Harry is a fruit? I won't have that word in this house.
And then we did the Scottish play by William Shakespeare. We don't say the name of the
But we're on
play.
stage, you know.
And so the line that we chose was, "Screw your courage to the sticking place and you'll not fail."
Next was a perfectly beautiful show called The Cover of Life. All I want is a say in my own life. What is wrong with my own kind of dreaming?
And then we did a musical directed by Donna, and I was fortunate enough to be in that show, A Man of No Importance. And the line that I chose was, "Love whom you love."
We ended 2016 with a show called Lady Parts, which is a series of one acts. The line we picked from that was, "Come on, you evil, delicious bastards."
Just before he put on his spike heel shoes.
That was Tim Cleary.
And then 2017 opened with what, Tim?
Every Christmas story ever.
And what line do you know out of that one?
Marley was dead.
Next was The Gin Game and featured Harold Pantley and his wife Susan. Every second breath you draw has to be a curse word, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, it was. Followed by Death by Fatal Murder. No, miss, I'm just a humble constable. We are not allowed first names.
Anybody home was next. No, my togs. Woof, woof.
Next was The Three Musketeers. Got to see lots of Rob Rusnowski's fight choreography. But if it's a horse, why is it yellow? I've seen yellow flowers, yellow gloves, and I hear there is a new fruit from the West Indies called a banana.
She even said banana.
Oh, she did. Banana.
We followed that by, I think this was a premiere show, wasn't it? A basketball.
Yes.
Is Jim banging away over there at your house, Donna?
I'm sorry?
Is that Jim banging away on something over your house?
Well, yes, he's decided to feed the cats, and he's
Oh,
chopping up
that's
their
good.
food.
So
And
what-
he says he's sorry.
What is the
The line from Baskerville, the Grimpenmeyer.
bum, bum, bum? And then we did another new play for us. It was called Rebel Yells by Steve Warren out of Texas. Beautiful show about the Civil War. And the line we chose was, "He don't need a tongue to shoot a Yankee."
The next was a very difficult show to, I'm sure, for the ladies to perform in, certainly to watch, called Female Transport. Farewell to old England forever. Farewell to my rum culls as well.
And then 2018 opened with Mrs. Bob Cratchit's Wild Christmas Binge. Bah humbug! I want to put bugs in your hair.
And at the same time, we also ran Neverland Christmas in line. So that one is Just Bob.
Just Bob. Yeah, and then we did Cliffhanger. Loved this show. I was fortunate enough to direct the show, and we picked these lines. She's dead.
No, it couldn't be. Are you sure?
I know how to take a pulse.
Socrates hit her.
Next was The Foreigner. I was able to direct that. How many grits? A zillion.
Well, we're amusing ourselves here. And then Moon Over Buffalo.
Yep. Oh, Moon Over Buffalo.
Yep.
George!
George. That was followed by another musical, the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Correct.
Strabismus.
And then we did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But it's the truth, even if it didn't happen.
Then the Octet Bridge Club. I walk like a gorilla because it pains me to waddle like a penguin.
I think that was Ellen's line, I'm pretty sure.
That was Chrissy Flynn's line.
Oh, it was Chrissy. Okay, yep. Oh, that's right. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. To accept the notion that two entirely different creatures lived within his body is to enter permanently into one.
And then in 2019, we opened with the farewell tour, which is not really, of every Christmas story ever told. We're all three going to do the line together this time.
Molly was dead to begin with.
There we go.
Listening live probably just yelled at their We followed that with a show that I directed called Fools by Neil Simon. Why follow your favorite color? Because it doesn't stick to your hand.
And then Four Weddings and an Elvis, directed by Laurie Poulin. I was in that one. It was delightful. It was really fun. Easiest line out of the show. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Then we did Steel Magnolias again, only now at the new theater instead of Naugatuck. I'd rather have and I directed it, yes. I'd rather have 15 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special.
They made a very big production of Sherwood.
Sherwood, The Adventures of Robin Hood.
And there's a lot of lines there, but we decided to honor Eric for doing Touche, Marion. Touche all day.
And then we did Fireflies. I loved this show. Agnes Dan directed the show. Helen Adams, Jane Kaufman, myself, Brian Elser. And the line we chose was, if at any time you feel like you need a doctor, I promise I'll make the call.
That was followed by another big show. Lots of people on stage. The Pink Panther Strikes Again. That was an Apis mellicera, a priceless colonial hypnoptera. I'm sure I butchered that. Thanks, Tony.
I'm glad I didn't have to say that. Next was Dead Ringer. This was the one where we never. No. Was that the one where we never saw Tori? Yes.
In the root cellar.
Yep. What if I was to tell you my brother doesn't know a horse's ass from his own pecker?
And then 2020 opened with the Great American Trailer Park Christmas Musical. And the quote we figured out was, "Oh, it's such a magical time of the year. Even the meth lab in Unit 23 is cooking a ham instead of crystal."
And the very last show that we have done in full production.
That's true, until this all happened.
Until this all went down was Drinking Habits 2. Abracadabra!
Ha! You need your feathers. Yeah. So that's that 10 years of Phoenix, one quote at a time. Next time we do something like that, we won't even say the shows. We'll just say the lines back and forth to each other. It'll be very confusing conversation.
Actually, we said this might be a hint for people at the next picnic.
It is going to be, because it is our 10th anniversary that's coming up. You might want to remember some of those things or some of the orders that they came in. Probably should have told you that before we did it.
Probably hope.
Although you'll be able to go back, and watch
over
this
again.
as a recording if you want to study up before we move on.
We hope you enjoyed some of those memories. There was a lot of good shows over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
We hope that if you were in one of these shows, you remember the fun that we had during all that time. I know for Donna and Ed and myself, there's a lot of shows that we were involved in.
Yeah, it's true. So listen, we're gonna make a quick phone call. And we're gonna talk to Laurie and Donna.
How exciting!
Bring her in. So let me bring her in here. She's probably watching. I think she might be watching today.
Well, she best be.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hey, we can hear you. How are you, Laurie Poulin?
Excellent.
Say hello to Tim and
You
Donna.
just caught me and Grandma going to have a push-up battle, but, you know.
A push-up battle. Well, that's something to do while you're
Push-up.
keeping busy. How is Grandma these days?
Well, she's getting kind of bored. She wants to go back to doing concessions. I caught her in her backyard the other day trying to sell soda to a squirrel.
Oh, look at that, Grandma. Bum.
We missed the snare drum.
Yeah, we needed the snare drums for that. You know, Grandma's got a birthday coming up. Yeah, so everybody can wish Grandma a happy birthday. Sunday is her birthday, so we'll have to make sure that we do that. So, how have you been, Laurie?
I'm hanging in there, you know.
Yeah.
Keeping busy.
Did you have an opportunity to watch our quotes from the shows that we picked?
I did, and I was saying a lot of them before you said it. It was like a game show with no prize.
Look at that. Well,
There you
there
go.
might be surprises. Who knows for you? We miss seeing your face down here, and it's weird because I told them last night. I said I'll swing by and drop something off, and you're in the garage, and I'm in the driveway, and we kind of throw things back and
Yeah.
forth. It's a little bit odd.
Gotta be careful the bear doesn't get it.
Yeah, it's true. So, since your time at Phoenix Stage Company, do you have a favorite memory or a favorite anything that has happened here, or a favorite show? I know you directed Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol, and that's always been a favorite of yours.
Did. That's got a very special place in my heart. But I thought it's something that went awry during it was Kill Me Deadly, and we were it was the bar scene, and Leland was the bartender, and there were a whole bunch of us. I was in it, and I was crew also. And right before the phone on the bar was supposed to ring, I noticed the phone was backstage. So I just sauntered off, picked up the phone, and then just had my back to the audience as I side shuffled to the bar to put it down just in time for it to ring, and he picked it up.
Yeah, I remember distinctly realizing I directed the show, and the bar's name was Tony's, and I was watching it one night and realized that I neglected to put any men in the bar other than Tone. So it was, we should have spelled it with an I, because all the patrons were women standing at the bar. We didn't even dress anybody like a man. So it was one of those kind of places in the 40s. But it was a great show.
We actually had that happen during Jello Fish, where you were supposed to have something and it was backstage.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's in the kitchen, and you just got up and left and came back out.
It's true.
It's true.
Laurie, what is one thing that you're looking forward to doing when all of this kind of settles down and we get back to normal?
Hugging people.
Hugging people. I know we're a huggy group, so it's a little bit difficult for us here, isn't it? Yeah. And we look forward to getting back in here and getting shows back in the order. You are one of the actresses in the Cayuga Canal Girls.
I am. I'm saying words.
I know. I was talking to you. You said last night you started running your lines before you went to bed.
I'm not going to have September, but I'm ready, darn it.
Yeah. So, well, everyone misses you, like, hugely. Do you know we're over $11,000 now in our fundraising?
I saw that. I looked it up on one of my many devices. I'm talking on my phone. Grandma's watching the view on the computer, and I had the tally on my iPad. So I'm just an Apple commercial.
Well, there you go. Well, that's
marvelous. Thank you so much to everyone that donated. It's just great.
It's absolutely great. And we had an offline donation that's not included in that total. And that offline donation was $2,000.
That's marvelous.
And so we're really at $13,000 now this year for this. It's
crazy.
That's gonna buy a lot of popcorn.
Oh man, it's so helpful. It's so helpful, and we are so blessed, and we can't thank everyone enough. So Laurie, we miss you tremendously.
Sure do.
We can't wait to see you back. And I can't wait for you to see what we've done to the theater.
Yeah, surprise! Surprise!
As long as I keep hearing we're organizing things, organizing is my middle name, so give it.
Yeah, and we'll make you a master list of where to find everything, and I'll give you a tour.
And
Yeah,
don't worry, Laurie, every time we have any questions, we go, what would Laurie do?
What would Laurie do? It's true.
I'll get some t-shirts made up.
Yeah, awesome sauce.
Oh, wait, we're getting a new total.
We're getting a new
new
total. Oh, this is a really good one. Oh, somebody make a $20 donation. We are $11,980 online.
Oh, yay!
That is
Wow.
amazing. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone. So, so Laurie, thank you for joining us by phone. Say hello to Grandma. Hi, Grandma. We love you.
Hi, Grandma!
Hey, Grandma.
Stop trying to sell soda to the squirrels. You know, the squirrels, they'll just give you peanuts.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so it's peanuts, Grandma.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for joining us, Laurie. Say hi to the family, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, love you guys.
Love
Love you.
you. Bye. So, that's awesome. Laurie Poulin, our production manager.
Yep.
She started down in Naugatuck with us, and then quickly became a fast part of the family.
Yep.
You know the story that we found out we were cousins, and it's just so weird.
That is a little weird.
It's just
yeah.
it's a little weird, but it's okay. That's what this whole family tree thing does for you.
Well, we all are pretty much a dysfunctional family in our own.
We are the land of misfit toys.
That's what we are.
It's true. So we're gonna do a quick thing, but one of my computers just went off. There we go. We're gonna do a reading now of a play. This is a one-act piece that I wrote. I wrote this. Goodness gracious, I can't remember how long ago. Laurie Poulin and I were going to be doing some entertainment over a luncheon for the Naugatuck Women's Club. And I was sitting in a waiting room at the hospital. My father was having something done. And I needed to write something for the Women's Club. And so I wrote this little piece called George and Gracie. We performed it for the Women's Club, and that's where we met Deb Cryan, our Deb Cryan. And we sucked her into the Phoenix family really quickly, and we love her and Jeff. And so this piece then went on to be part of the One Act Festival later. It got presented blind, so no one knew who the author was. I actually used this pen name for it, so they had no idea. And so we're going to do this little piece for you called George and Gracie. Okay, so we'll get it set up here, and we're gonna go with this thing.
Did you see what he just did?
What?
He put his hand on her behind.
So it's not like we haven't seen that before.
That's not his wife.
And he's not her husband.
Stop trying to be cute. You know what I mean? George, isn't this the song you hate?
Okay, I'm going to keep going. We're getting an echo over here, so you maybe turn that down.
Shall I go back one?
Yes, please. Oh, not this song. I hate this song.
Do you remember the last party? He was dirty dancing with that lady with the hair.
This is one of those songs they expect everyone to dance to.
You remember the one. She had big hair. She had a big behind, too.
Don't they realize that they'll be allowed to dance?
Oh, and the party before that one. He was all over that little blonde woman.
I mean, really, check out that guy in a bow tie. Do we really need to see that?
She was pretty. Her dress was a bit small.
How long is this song? Ugh.
Come to think of it, she had a big behind, too.
Oh, well, no, don't do that.
What do you think his wife has to say?
Whose wife?
Mr. Grabby Hands. Who else?
Please, it's not like she's Little Miss Innocent. Don't look at me that way. You remember the Christmas party, don't you?
The Christmas party?
The guy with the high-pitched voice and the thick glasses.
That was her?
Yeah, and then there was the other guy with the bad toupee and the high waters.
The one who whistled at me all night.
That's the one.
His breath smelled like sausage.
Finally, a slow song.
George,
Yep.
are we boring?
What do you mean?
I mean, look at these people. They're all laughing and dancing.
And drunk.
I'm serious. Don't you ever want more?
Or what?
More than this?
Why would I want more? I like where I am. Aren't you happy?
I guess so. It's just, I don't know.
Do you think they're happy? Do you think all these people live better lives than us?
It's not that. I guess I feel trapped sometimes. What would it be like to just go?
Go where?
Anywhere.
It wouldn't be any different than it is here.
You think?
Everyone dreams of something better, something different. But what happens when you leave where you are, only to find out that where you went to is no different from what you already had? Are you going to keep going? What if you never find what you're looking for? Once you leave a place, can you ever go back? I mean, if you did go back, it would be changed, right? You would be changed.
Wow.
I know.
Did that man just whistle at me?
Why does that shock you?
I hate being whistled at.
They can't help it. You're cute.
You whistle for the dog. Do they think I'm a dog?
You're not a dog, Gracie.
What did you say?
I said you're not a dog, Gracie.
No, before that.
When?
Did you say I'm cute?
Oh, that. Yeah, you're cute.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
George,
Yes, Gracie.
will we be together forever?
I'm not going anywhere.
Ooh, I like this song. Did you see what he just did?
Who?
That guy with the glasses.
Which guy with the glasses?
Over there. That guy with the glasses and the hat.
Oh, that's not a hat. It's a lampshade.
Does he think that's funny?
It's kind of expected. Get drunk, put a lampshade on your head, and dance. Someone always thinks that's funny.
Do you?
Do I what?
Do you think it's funny? The lampshade hat.
No.
You know what I think is funny?
What?
That you never get mad at the guys whistling at me.
Why would I get mad? It's expected. I don't know why you let it bother you.
Easy for you to say. They're not whistling at you.
How do you know?
Ew.
Guy with the lampshade is pretty sexy.
I guess that'd be better than losing you to another woman.
Ew.
Now that's funny.
How long is this going to last?
The last one went pretty late.
I guess it's impolite to be the first to leave.
You think anyone here is worried about being impolite? Did you see that?
I'm sitting right here.
Why does he think that's okay?
I guess it's because she doesn't seem to mind.
What's that supposed to mean?
If she doesn't want him doing that, she could stop him. He's drunk.
That's not an excuse. And just because she's not slapping his hand away doesn't mean she likes it. She could be tolerating him so she doesn't cause a scene, or maybe she's embarrassed and doesn't know how to tell him to stop, or maybe she's worried about her job. Everyone here works in the same place. You ever think of that? Drunk or not, he should keep his hands to himself.
Sorry.
That's not even his wife.
I know.
Stop whistling at me!
Calm down, Gracie.
Don't tell me what to do. George.
Yes?
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Are you thirsty?
No.
I wonder what time it is.
Late, I think.
You're right. It's usually pretty late by the time that lady with the spiked heels does that. Ooh.
Is she dancing or did she hurt her back?
She must be dancing. No one seems to be helping her.
That's gonna hurt tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
What?
Well, don't look now, but I think that the guy with the lampshade is headed our way.
Let's be polite and maybe he'll leave soon.
Hi.
Hi there.
Nice party, huh?
I like your hat.
Gracie.
What? George.
Yes.
His breath smells like sausage.
Does she have a bad toupee?
I can't see under the lampshade.
Oh, he's leaving.
At least he didn't whistle at me.
The music stopped.
Maybe it's over. Oh, look, everyone is getting their coats.
Finally.
Bye. See you soon. Great party.
Music. Hey, nice moves out there. Bye. Thank God.
I thought it would never end.
I'm exhausted just from watching them.
I don't know how they do it.
Oh, here comes the lady.
Hello, my babies. It's nighty-night time. You were Mommy's good little birdies tonight. Yes, you were.
Here it comes.
Say goodnight, George.
Don't say it.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Ah! She said it.
And lights down. I need to tell Michael that it's not allowing me to turn my camera on the computer because you have to do it, it says. So no one can see me, but hopefully you guys can hear me. So that was George and Gracie. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Donna, very much. I appreciate it. They did this as part of the one act. Am I correct?
Yes.
That's right, in Naugatuck.
Thank Laurie for coming in and running and being the lady.
Yes, Laurie was down in the house.
Yep.
And here we go. So I got to do this. Hey, I'm back. Hey, I never really left. I was just in the dark, which I normally am around this place. But I know where things are now because I'm putting them away. So thank you both very much for that. Laurie went off to get us another tally of our event. So there's 9 minutes left. 9 minutes left to Give Local 2020. A $20 donation puts us over the $12,000 mark. So you can get
be the one.
You could be the one. You could put us over the $12,000 mark.
I've never done a telethon.
Yeah, no, it's
a telethon, but
yeah, it's
You're
really,
like Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
So we need everyone just to continue to be patient and to be safe and take care of each other, stay current, and remember that Phoenix Stage Company is here for you however you need us. If you need a shoulder, if you need someone to run for groceries or to go to the pharmacy for you, please give us a call. We're here for you. You can send us an email or give me a call, and we'll make sure that you are taken care of. We are here for you. And Tim is holding up the website there, www.givelocalccf.org. For you to give to Phoenix Stage Company or to any of the nonprofits that are there. There are so many worthy causes that need support, especially in this difficult time. So we thank you all for your support, not only of us, but
Oh, we got it.
we did it. $12,000. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Very much. That is awesome. Thank you. And Tori Rishnovsky went on and did the 20. Thank you so much, Tori. We love you so much. Not only for your donation, but for your talent and for being a part of our family. And she and Rob and Eve have been very generous with us this year, and we really, really, really appreciate it. So listen, we're going to start to wrap up here. We need to say thank you to our sponsors, Arabesque Dance and Costume Supply. So the website for them is arabesquedanceandcostume.net. We really, honestly, really appreciate them. They've been 53 years on Bank Street. Sierra Ridge Media Arts, Deb Cryan, our friend, so kind to us. So thank you for your support for being a sponsor. And Black Hog Brewing Company out of Oxford, Connecticut. So Tim has the sign behind him over on the other side there. So Black Hog's been with us for 5 years. We absolutely love them. We support them 100%. Please do the same. They are selling their beer and some other things. They have like little packages. You can get pizza and beer, and you can get cheese and beer. And you drive up and they bring it right out to the car for them. So we really love Black Hog. So thank them for their support. We have some more masks going their way. We're making masks, so pay attention to our website. We'll put a little notice out in our Facebook page. We're thinking about having a mask day where people can come pick up some things. I have some special orders, things like sequins and things like that. So I'm working on those. We'll get them out there for you. So I think that's going to wrap up this episode of Take Flight with Phoenix Stage Company. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Donna, for being a part of our
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thanks to all the people who donated.
And we miss you so much. And say good night, Tim.
Good night, Tim.
And so that's all for now. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. Till next time.